Hey everybody, this is Kyla here from Waveflow, the mindfulness practice that creates ripples of acceptance, meaning, and appreciation. I'm thrilled to share an upcoming series of raw and very honest conversations with friends in celebration of my new gratitude journaling workbook, Ripple. So, how did I get here in the first place? I started Waveflow a few years ago when I realized that the times when I stayed committed to a consistent daily gratitude journaling practice, I was living more vibrantly, connecting with people, and more willing to face my own fears and take risks in the spirit of curiosity and really just having a growth mindset. As I dove deeper, I discovered numerous scientific studies reinforced how I was feeling. To boil it down to the basics, as humans, our brains are designed to keep us alive. We inherently have a negativity bias, which exists for our survival, and our focus is naturally drawn to what's wrong and anything that threatens our safety, regardless of whether that threat is even real. It takes real work and commitment to have our looking on what's exceptional, to have our looking on accepting, at creating meaning, and reflecting on moments that induce awe and inner harmony. And that's why this is a practice and not just a one-off type of thing. And what's beautiful is that modern science has shown us that with dedication to the practice, the neural networks in our brains have the capability to change through growth and reorganization through a concept known as neuroplasticity. And that means that there's hope for even the most anxious or critical among us. Through a committed practice, we can change. And what better way to move through life than to be present enough to soak up all that is good around us right now. Even more than that, I've noticed that by practicing gratitude with a group, I'm better able to amplify feelings of positivity and presence, despite the chaos of the world continuing to exist around me. I struggled to find a community or organization around the practice that offered me the daily accountability and simple structure I was looking for. So I set my sights on developing an app that would keep me honest to the practice and give me the opportunity to share my own gratitude practice with my friends and my family. The app continues to evolve and grow. And while there's so much possibility for how the app can expand, even in its MVP form, it's one of the things I've created that I'm most proud of. In my hundreds of conversations with people about their own gratitude practice, I've noticed that there is a loyal camp of people who love the physical notebook experience of pen to paper at the beginning or the end of the day to memorialize their practice. So I set out to apply the Waveflow gratitude methodology into a workbook format. Candidly, I'm still learning about the publishing process, and while there's something a little bit scary about taking steps to release something new into the world, I'm accepting that perhaps the project will never feel fully complete, and that's how it's meant to be. So that brings us to why we're here right now. The Ripple Workbook is a gratitude practice designed to support you through 31 days of consistent reflection and journaling. My intention is that through the structure of the workbook, your gratitude practice will bloom in beautiful and unexpected ways as you bring it to life up off the pages throughout your month-long commitment. When I began brainstorming how I could release the Ripple Workbook into the world, the only way that felt true to me was to actually do the practice myself with people I know and love. Each of these conversations was generated in the moment, and we definitely did not script answers to the prompts in advance. There is something intimidating and also so liberating about dropping the fear of what will people think in order to share a practice that I believe will leave listeners feeling present, connected, and appreciative about all the life they've lived so far. For you, I hope these conversations plant a seed for a commitment to a dedicated gratitude practice that sprouts buds of meaning, connection, and possibility in your life. To all of my co-hosts who accepted the invitation to jump into the unknown with me, thank you. When I started reaching out to these friends from all different facets of my life, I had no idea if anybody would actually be down, and I was ecstatic when I found 10 people who were willing to go for it with me. I'll drop the first conversation soon, and I can't wait for you to listen and reflect for yourself. I hope you find a hint of your own life experience in some of our shares and are inspired to take on the practice as your own. As a preview to the first pages of the Ripple workbook, I'll drop the prompts in the show notes for each conversation. You can get a copy of Ripple, the gratitude workbook, for yourself on Amazon or my website, waveflowapp.com. And please, if you get something out of these conversations, out of the Ripple workbook, out of the free mobile app, please comment, rate, share it. That's the best way I can spread the practice and we can get more people working a daily gratitude practice into their lives. I'm excited to hear what arises for you as you discover layers of possibility and meaning making through a month-long commitment to the practice. Check back here soon for our first conversation.